So Ryan Tannehill, A.J. Brown, both making headlines with their press conferences lately. Let's dive into Ryan Tannehill real quick. Blake, what did you take away from Ryan Tannehill's press conference? Was it 2 days ago now?
Yeah, dude. What that reminded me of was Ryan Tannehill was like Donald Trump, and the media was just the media. They asked him nothing but hard questions and expected him to answer every single one of them. And it was rough, man. I felt kind of bad for Ryan, and like his demeanor, he was kind of like laughing at some of them, which is probably not a good look because it does kind of give off arrogant. Like a lot of people, at face value, I feel like a lot of that is arrogant, but I don't think it was at all, man. And then the big headline of that was they're talking about how Ryan said that it wasn't his job to mentor Malik Willis. And everyone's just like, oh, he's a bad teammate, blah, blah, blah. But like, I mean, why? I mean, it's not his job to mentor. His job is to play quarterback and to win football games, throw touchdown passes. He's not a coach. And why in the hell would you want to teach someone to take your job? That just doesn't make any sense. Like, he's not going to be like rude to him, but like, I mean, I'm not going to want him. They're competing against each other.
Yeah.
Every position is cutthroat. Everyone wants to start. So I don't understand why everyone's so mad at him and saying he's a bad teammate. I think he's a great teammate. And I think all the players respect him as well.
I have to agree, actually, from everything that I've heard about it and people breaking it down and kind of giving me other perspectives on it. I actually have come to respect Ryan Tannehill a lot more. And a lot of people have been giving him, shit for losing the game, but also, like, they're commenting death threats on his wife's posts. Like, these are NFL players, but they're also humans underneath those helmets, okay? At no point is it okay to really be dropping death threats.
Especially to his wife. Like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, for real. Like, we're getting way too far into the red when you're doing things like that. My dogs are having an absolute slobber knocker over here.
They were great just a minute ago too.
Yeah, I know they were perfectly fine just 5 seconds ago. Now it's hell in a cell. So Ryan Tannehill basically says that it's not his job to teach Malik Willis. He also went to therapy and was in a dark place in his life for a long period of time after the game was over. Not just because of how he felt and how he felt like the team should have been in the Super Bowl, but the fan response played a factor in that too. So that's why I bring up that first part. But beyond that, AJ Brown was his guy, and now he's gone. So life post AJ Brown for Ryan Tannehill begins on kind of a weird, like we had the team last year to make a run, and because of me, we couldn't do it. Well, now he's got the biggest chip on his shoulder he's ever had, and he's ready to come back and win. And I think for the Titans fans, that's a pretty good thing that you want out of your quarterback. You want him to come back and want to and win harder than ever before. That's the appropriate response. So you should honestly feel at ease at this point.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Ryan Tannehill. I think he's going to come back, and I think this might be his best season he's ever had. Because he definitely is going to be feeling Malik Willis breathing down his neck, and then the whole city. I feel like I'm in so many Titans groups and just talking to so many people that are like involved with the Titans and stuff like that, and it's just like they're mad at him. Like, you have like 40% that's like behind Tannehill, and then the rest are just like, I'm ready for Malik. It's like, first off, Malik Willis ran a high school offense. Like, let's cool it a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I like the potential and all, but he's not ready to start day one. Like, no. Ryan Tannehill.
He's definitely a kid that needs to sit for a year, and Tannehill is going to inadvertently teach him things. Like, it's not like Ryan Tannehill. I heard this on the radio earlier today. Buck Rising shouts. It's not like Ryan Tannehill's going to be like not telling him where the cafeteria is. You know what I mean? He's going to be professional about everything. If the kid asks questions, he's going to get answers. That's just the nature of the business.
Yeah, he's not going to give him wrong answers. He's not going to be like rude to him. Like it's just he wants to start. I mean, like at your job, you're not going to like train someone to be better than you, like or to take your job. It's like no, that's not how that works.
Yeah. Basically, the only time you're training people anyway is if you're above them, above the position that they're going to be. Anyway, not a doctor. Not a doctor. But
Yeah.
commendable for Ryan Tannehill for getting some therapy. I feel like a lot of people don't do that. Applaud. Men's health, mental health. All right.
I know, and I do like Tannehill a lot, and I do feel bad for him because I mean the Titans. So he did say a few things. It was kind of like backhanded slaps to the Titans organization, which I kind of get. They traded AJ Brown, who was not only his best target, it was one of his best friends. Like, he loves AJ Brown. Those two are just great. And he kept saying over and over again, like he's gonna miss in the locker room. He's like the guy was always smiling, always happy, ready to work. It was all business all the time. And it's true, man. I mean, we can do the whole AJ Brown another time, but that whole trade. But I mean, the talent was there, and they had a great connection. So I feel bad for him. They got rid of his best target, and then the next day they drafted a guy who's probably going to be his replacement. It's like that must have been a rough weekend for Ryan Tannehill, and for him to come back there and answer all those tough questions, man. It's like I would have been, if I were in his shoes, I would have had a lot more attitude with those reporters. That's for sure. But he handled it like a pro.
Consummate professional.
He was, and that's one thing he's always been. I mean, even since he was in Miami, he's always been professional. When he got traded, he didn't say anything. He didn't never badmouth the organization.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Tannehill a lot. I hope he comes back here, and I hope he's awesome. I said this in one of our Titans groups, or AFC South maybe. I think he's gonna be the comeback player of the year.
I could see.
I don't know if he qualifies for that, because I think it's usually given to players of injury, but. He did, first seed in the AFC, but by industry standards, he underwhelmed, and a lot of people hated on him. He was calling for his job in the season. It's like, all right, let's chill out. He got us to the first seed largely without AJ Brown and Derrick Henry all year. A bunch of like guys that are like us throwing the ball. Like he didn't know any of his receivers. That man has not had a steady number 1, 2, or 3 receiver his entire Titans career.
That's true.
It's bad. Every week he has something new.
I mean, basically it was just AJ Brown and some free agents last year. So
yeah, I don't count that. Julio wasn't a loss. The guy had 20 catches and like 1 touchdown. Like that's not. Yeah, that's easy to replace. Nick Westbrook put up double his numbers. Like, come on now.
Gonna have a new This AFC South Show coming out probably a few hours before or after you watch this. So probably about 5, maybe 6 o'clock. And I hope you watch. We're going to be talking about much, much more. This is just a particular topics that we wanted to dive into today. So
yeah, a lot of drama going on in the AFC South, particularly in Tennessee. A lot of drama. There's a lot of talk about.
Oh, yeah. Anytime there's a quarterback, media will be there.